Hi, welcome to Owatonna Wrestling Weekly. I'm head wrestling coach for Owatonna, Derek Johnson. And alongside me today, and hopefully going forward all the time, is my coach, Coach Larry Hovden.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, so longtime middle school coach. What was the full term there?
Oh, I was coaching from 80 at the middle school. I was from 86 through 2011, 12.
Okay.
Somewhere there.
Well, I'm not doing that math. I mean, that's a lot.
35 years I coached total.
Yeah. So he'll be my co-host going forward. So this is brought to you by Sikora Automotive Repair. Clint Sikora, Owatonna Wrestling alum, longtime supporter of the program, has a little kid in the program helping out coaching as well. Wants to let you know that he doesn't just restore old cars, that they're able to do full service items, oil change, tires, everything all the way up to major auto repair. So thank you to Sikora Automotive. So wanted to recap. We had a big week last week full of wrestling from K through 12. Just want to kind of start off on the high school because, hey, we had a little bit of a disappointment last Thursday with not being able to have any varsity matches with Winona. They got hit by illness. And we knew going in it was going to be thin anyway. So, hey, we'll pick that up. We have Mankato East next Thursday for the first official varsity duel. And then we rolled in right into the Clash the next day. It was relocated to La Crosse, Wisconsin. Had that at the Lacrosse Center, where we used to always go to Bi-State.
Bi-State was huge.
Yeah, that venue was perfect. And quite honestly, they're looking for our feedback. I mean, my vote, I know it's a little bit of a haul, but that atmosphere is incredible.
Do they still have that raised stage in?
Yeah.
Still got it. Oh, man.
Yeah, they didn't bring out the stage for this. They kept just all 8 mats down.
Okay.
But they did the whole smoke, light show, everything like that for the finals. So.
It was quite a show.
Yeah. So love that venue. Hope they can do it last year or going forward. And Owatonna showed up. So we walked in as the 5th seed. We had the 4th right off the bat, Holmen, Wisconsin. Took it to them, which was amazing. So it did come down to the last match. However, that was because we let up some pins here and there. But Jake Gronli, senior, he's been bit by the illness bug going into the week of the Christmas tournament. It was such a big weekend for him, and it started off this way where he goes out there, the whole meet on the line, gets the pin.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, crowd went crazy. It was awesome. Getting texts because they were airing it live at the middle school that day. It was just a cool experience, and it was great for him. And but actually, the dual meet started off with Cael Robb going head-to-head with their number 3 ranked kid in the state of Wisconsin, and he didn't leave a doubt. He won 12-1, was on his way actually to kind of teching him, like just absolutely put that kid to work.
Mm-hmm.
So he's had a great year, keeps ramping it up. He had a 5-1 weekend going against an absolute world beater that we asked him to bump up to. So that was his only loss coming out of the weekend. But yeah, that was great. And then, so second round, a team that we're very familiar with and kind of the whole Midwest is Waverly-Shell Rock out of Iowa. Absolute powerhouse. And Rob in that one, and then Jacob Reinardy, they were our sole wins. 12 out of their 14 kids were ranked. I mean, they were...
That's been a hotbed in Iowa for a long time. Many years.
Yep. And then lo and behold, hey, they get a 2-time state champ from Florida that just happens to want to move there, has some relatives in the area. So know how that goes.
Yeah.
Yep. And I actually got to talk to your cousin who does radio for Waverly-Shell Rock. Middle school coach at one time.
Cousin.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
You'll
I
have
had a lot of them down there.
I know.
A lot.
Yeah. He was a Hovden, and just glowing remarks for our team. He watched our home meet and everything.
I'll have to check that out.
But yeah. And that's a team where they have 2 Iowa Hawkeye commits. Number 1 in the nation is who Landon Johnson went against, and that kid's impressive. All positions.
Dale Benjamin wrestled. There was hotbed right back way then.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've been just on top for a long time.
Long standing. Yeah, it seems like those guys, and they kept talking about Polk. So Polk East must be pretty intense. So, And then third duel of that day, we went out against the number 2 seed, Washington, Illinois. You'll see a sweatshirt featuring them later on in the podcast. And without a doubt on Washington, Illinois, we went out and took care of business. It was...
And they were number 2 seed?
2 seed.
Oh,
yes.
my.
Yeah, 42-27. Reinardy had one of their big studs. So when Jacob's on the podcast here, we'll talk to him about that. And then, big time team points, pins by Donovan Sorensen, Carson, Gronli, Robb, and Landon Johnson. So we started off hot. That was great to see. Saturday, though, going into the third tier bracket, didn't go the way we necessarily wanted to. We went 0-3 on the day. The first 2 duels, Marshfield, Wisconsin, and Hersey, Illinois, they were duels that technically we had in hand. They were just those where we had a couple of 9 and 12 point swings that really kind of hurt the final score. So, but we were right there. But yeah, overall, awesome weekend, taking 12th out of 30 teams. One of the toughest fields out there. Saw a lot of big names. And the atmosphere, even though it was kind of last minute to go to lacrosse, was still just...
There's a lot of tough teams there. They come from all over.
Yeah. Yep. So that was incredible. But yeah, so, and like I said, we're going to have Cael Robb on and Jacob Reinardy talking a little bit about that after we keep going through the scores. So, say, Coach, what happened at middle school?
Oh, middle school last Saturday, they went up to Coon Rapids, and now that's an individual tournament instead of a team tournament for so many years since we were going back in the 80s, and it was a huge team tournament. That was like the biggest one in the state. Yeah. For the junior high kids. So it was cool if you could come out winning there. And we did. We took a lot of first place trophies.
Yeah.
Yes,
nice.
We did. All right. So there were 7 first place winners. Mal, Aase, Jace, Feuring, Max Flemke, Carson Grems, Nathan Gronli, Kaden Keller, and Kaden Linquist. All placed first. Second place winners were Wyatt, Frantesl, I think it is.
Frantesl.
Yep. Tyler Piotrowski.
Piotrowski, yeah.
Piotrowski.
Some names in there.
Kayla Pastika, Logan Risser, and Jacob Wilson all placed second. And third place finish, they had 7 of them. Brian Anderson, Aliyah Fischer, Reeve, Franco, Riley Krieger, Alex Netzel, Logan Piotrowski, and Trevor Townley.
Yeah.
That was huge there.
Those Piotrowski twins are going to give you problems with that last name.
When you get that many, 7, 5 is 12, and 7, 19 placers in an individual tournament, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Because I think total we're at about like 33 middle schoolers. So to have 19 place top 3 in a tournament like that.
And let's see, going on to the guest portion, I guess now.
So just wanted to recap a few things about youth. The dual team hasn't had much action lately, but on December 13th, went to Northfield, had a tough K-3 tournament, but they came out. They had wins against Northfield, Faribault, and New Prague. Took first. And looking at the scores, it didn't even really look close, so that was awesome. And then just this past weekend, it looks like they were in St. James. How'd they do there?
In St. James, first place with wins. They placed first with wins over St. James, Fairmont, Worthington, and Lake Crystal.
Nice.
And Kaden Linquist was crowned the MVP of the tournament. That's a pretty big deal there.
Yeah.
MVP. That's the best there is.
That's awesome.
Most valuable. And then on the individual results, on December 31st through January 8th, 31st, they went up to the Rumble in the Red up in North Dakota. And Nash Gerley finished first place. Now, that's a tough tournament to place in that tournament. I don't know how many teams are there, but...
Yeah, I think even for a little guy, he had like 16 in his bracket still. So,
in all one bracket.
Right.
Not a 4-man bracket.
Right.
All right. And then in Waterville on January 7th, they did real well. They had 6 firsts and 1 second. First place was Max Delharty, Jameson Needham. First place winner, Tucker Anderson, along with Nash Gerley, Leighton Wedling, Jacob Knutson, and second place finish, Archer Anderson. Nice. They did real well there.
Yeah, and I know that's a tough tournament, too. That draws a lot of, kind of the Mankato area people flock to that one. So.
Going back to that Coon Rapids tournament, to lose by 1 point.
Yeah,
that's really hard. I've been in their shoes.
Yeah,
when you win, you win. I remember one time we had Josh Woodrich is our heavyweight. in a match, and we had to beat Prior Lake. And it came down to Josh had to win by major or pin. He had to do more than a decision, and he pinned that guy in the third period. And before he got his hand raised, we went ahead by 2. I didn't know it at that time how close it was going to be.
Yeah.
His dad comes running down on the mat, picks him up, and everybody's just going nuts. And the ref goes like this, and I thought, oh no, we lost a team point. So I'm looking up at that board, and I see we're ahead by 2. Okay, we're okay. So I was ready to tear that guy apart.
That was Jeff then that came down.
We always talk about that. That guy did that. It was pretty funny.
That's huge.
That's Josh's dad, and Josh had to win by heavyweight.
Yeah.
And to win by pin or decision or major decision or something there.
Well, that's why we have him in the room coaching.
That was a big one.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to have Jacob Reinardy on, senior, talking about his latest accomplishment. So, thank you much. All right. So here we are with senior Jacob Reinardy, one of 4 captains on the Owatonna wrestling team this year. And Jacob just surpassed a pretty huge milestone in wrestling, especially Owatonna wrestling, hitting the 100-win marker. And I believe you did so during the Christmas tournament for 5th place. What was that like?
I mean, it was pretty cool because earlier Saturday, so Friday, I went undefeated, went into Saturday, ended up losing in the quarterfinals against, do you remember where he was from?
Quarters, wasn't that the Wilmer kid?
Yeah, it was the Wilmer kid, yep.
Yeah, Wilmer kid, yep.
So I ended up losing to the Wilmer kid, battled my way back to 5th place, and ended up getting matched up with the Wilmer kid again.
Yep.
So
old Pokey.
Yep. No, my eyes were getting destroyed, yeah. Yep. So started off the match with a good takedown right to his back, kind of established the tone of the match right there, slowly picked away at him, and ended up winning the match for my 100th. So that was pretty crazy.
Did you almost major him?
Yeah, I think I was 1 point away from majoring him.
Yeah, that's huge.
And that was match number what on the day?
That was 5. Match number 5, yeah. I had a lot of matches that day.
It was a big day. It was a big day. So we finally got to celebrate it last Thursday for Winona as we did our 1 minute, 57 second forfeit parade there on varsity.
Yep.
But then, hey, you had a big weekend too. What was it like? You had probably the toughest battle on, was it Saturday against the Hersey kid?
Yeah, it was our first match.
Oh, the Marshfield kid.
Yeah.
That was like their stud.
Yep.
And you nearly majored that kid. I didn't even know he was a stud. Like, what was that like? Because you opened up on him.
Or no, that was the last team. The
last team on Friday?
Yeah, that was like ranked high in their state.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I went in the match knowing the kid was good, but he was bumping up from 160. So I knew I would definitely have the weight and strength advantage on him. So I kind of just went in the match just like every other one, hoping to get a pin or whatever. So I think I did a good job against him, though. I was kind of beating him by quite a bit.
Yeah, you kind of poured it on. So lifetime, a great career milestone to hit 100 wins. So I'm going to talk about little tiny Jacob and getting into wrestling. What was the part of it? I think we all had the same start where it's like, hey, our family wrestled or our parents wanted us to do this. But like, what made you stay? What was kind of the thing that you fell in love with?
Well, like the first couple of years, I lost a lot. So like that wasn't too great. But once I started winning, that started helping with me loving the sport. And then I also got a lot of friends through wrestling. So that definitely kept a strong hold on it.
You guys had 24 kids, I think it was, in your class?
Yeah, when I was little in youth, we had a lot of kids around my age group.
All in one class, so I don't know how many are left, but you've done well to stick it out.
Yeah, a lot of left, but there's still a few that are still here.
Back to that 100 wins, what's your favorite move? What move do you like to do the best? What's your favorite?
Well, when I first came up here, it was probably, just throwing the kid in whenever I could, but I think now I like hitting like a nice misdirection single. It's just really clean when you get it.
Yes, it is.
Coach, I love hearing a fundamental shot like that. That's nice.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. What about like what's the biggest move you've hit though, as far as like something that you got an ooh from the crowd?
Grips or...
9th and 10th grade year, it happened to a lot of my matches because that's basically all I would look for. But I remember at the Clash one year, I hit one of those claws where they're standing up out of their
Oh yeah.
base, and I like kind of flipped him right over his head. I got a pretty good ooh off that.
So like a Bo Nichols style mat.
Yeah, it was definitely maybe not super legal, but ref didn't call it, so
Yeah.
it was legal
Right.
in my eyes.
Nice. Well, awesome. And now, so senior year, it's kind of all on the line. I think you do have maybe like 9 seniors still going or something like that, or maybe it dwindled a little bit. But what's like your overall goal? How about personally for you for this season?
Personally, I'd like to see myself place top 3 at state. I think it's really doable this season. I've been wrestling really good. I've been having close matches with number 2, 3 kids in the state. So I think it's definitely doable.
I think so too.
Do your homework.
Yep.
Do your homework. You got to get some tapes and see what they do.
Yep.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, you've sure been great in the wrestling room. You've been, living up to every part about being a captain. So thank you so much. Appreciate everything you do to bring the kids along. And, Landon's pretty quiet, so he's, the lead by example. But, you and, your brother Michael are the voices, so you keep it amped up. I love that.
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, thanks, bud. Appreciate
Thank
you
you.
coming on. All right. Well, we're here with junior Cael Robb, one of the leaders in this wrestling room and has been for a long time. Comes from great stock and, wrestles well beyond his years. Wanted to ask you, so you also hit a career milestone. You got your 100th win, and you did it at a tournament like the Clash, where yet again you can have an audience. How did that feel to get your 100th at the Clash?
It was a great place to get it. During the duel though, it was like I think a tie duel.
Yeah.
And so I was mainly focused on wrestling the match and trying to get bonus points for the team. And then once I got off and I heard like all the coaches saying, "Oh, congrats, Cael," then it really sunk in and it was awesome. I enjoyed it. And then after the Clash, we went to Quick Trip and got some food. So
Yeah.
I think that was a cool thing to help celebrate it. But
What did you get at Quick Trip?
I got an Oreo for real, a Mountain Dew, and some Doritos. Yeah.
Ah, classic.
Yeah.
Love that. Nice. Well, yeah, that was a huge, and I apologize, you're sitting on 99 wins, and the Marshfield kid who had just come off a win against the 2-time Alabama state champ, number 1 in Alabama guy. We bump you up to him when you're sitting on 99 wins. It was a close match and hard fought. And quite honestly, if we had one more period in the tank, would have had you pick up and you would have turned him. I know it. So
Yeah.
sorry for
It's all right.
having that one as teed up as your 100th win, but you still came through and had a great standing ovation from the crowd. So that was awesome. So what I want to ask is, as far as you had a great Christmas tournament too. How'd you do there?
I ended up taking 4th there. I think my record was like 6-2 there, something like that, 5-2. But
You had number 3 on the ropes.
yeah,
You were up 5-1. Yep.
yeah, I was right there in the 3rd place match, and just wrestling a little bit smarter. With a minute left, I can easily win that match. So
I love to see you put your foot on the pedal though. It's the time to do it.
yeah,
It's a great habit to develop, and I got to say, you are pouring it on. I was just talking about, how you did against Holmen, where that kid's ranked 3rd in the state in Wisconsin, and you go out and, you look like you were on your way to teching him. That was tough.
I felt good on top against him. So
Yeah.
in the turns.
Nice.
Well, how about you? What's your favorite move during the season?
Favorite move?
Yeah, you're sitting looking at that 100 wins. You got to have one that you use more than anything else.
It's probably 2 moves. Either a knee pull to their right leg, so then it's like a kind of like a righty single, so they don't expect it that much, or just a clean ankle pick.
Ankle pick.
Yeah.
That's fun to see.
I got the length on me. So
That's when everybody in the crowd goes, ooh.
Yeah.
Nice. Pull that one off. Good.
Yeah, you look pretty crisp out there with that ankle pick. Kind of David Taylor-ish, Cael Sanderson with that length.
Yeah.
I got one memory I got to bring up. I remember when we used to go to Coon Rapids when it was a team tournament. And this year, I guess, it was individual. So it's changed a little bit. Boy, these team tournaments, they were big. I mean, there was, let's see, it'd be 3, 6, 9, 12 teams there. And then we do all the pools first. And then we'd have be in there, whatever, first place match or third place match or whatever. And I remember using you in 3rd grade. You were the right weight at the right time.
Yeah.
I think you went 4-2 that day, if I remember right. I mean, we had a couple of forfeits.
Yeah, I think I got like 2 or 3 forfeits, but I won a match. I know that.
And that was huge.
Yeah.
You came running. You jumped up almost right over the top of me. You just were all fired up. It was good. That was a good win.
3rd grade at a middle school tournament.
And 6 through 12, 6 through 9, 8. 6 through 8. They couldn't have freshmen there.
Yeah. Man.
So, we did that every once in a while. I think Reinardy got in on that too.
Yeah.
He was in 4th or was he in 3rd maybe? I
Yeah.
don't know.
I think he came up with me in
4th grade
that year.
He'd be in 4th
Yeah.
grade. Yeah. So, you guys did good, young, and you're doing good now. So, what more can you ask for?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, and to keep that good vibe going, so like I think I know this. For this season, what's your own personal goal? What are you looking to achieve here at the end of it?
I want to be a state champ. That's the main goal, and I want to go to state as a team and place high as a team. So
Nice.
Huge goal.
Nice. And then you'll have another year. Have you started thinking about post-secondary?
Yeah, I've looked at a few colleges and have taken a few visits, and then after this season, I'm gonna take a few more visits, and then probably decide where I want to go during like summer or early fall.
Nice. Nice. Well, great. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate everything you do in the room. You push the pace. You're one of the easiest guys to coach because don't have to worry about you. I know you're putting it out there.
He's a lot of offense.
Yeah.
Call these guys Mr. Offense. That's what I like.
Yeah, exactly.
Win with offense.
Well, thanks, bud. Appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations.
See you, sir. Good. All right. So we're back with 8th grader Logan Risser, who, as I understand it, and I've actually seen it live a little bit too, has been a great leader in the middle school room. And, you have a great 8th grade class where, you guys have been in it for a long time. I remember when you were yay high and, still looking pretty darn sharp, especially, I know it's tough for being kind of a middle to upper weight when you're younger.
Yeah.
So how's your season been going?
Pretty good. I haven't really kept track, but I know I've won more than I've lost, so that's pretty good.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so are you one that also gets do you wrestle any freestyle Greco or any off-season folk style or anything like that?
No, I haven't yet. I was
Okay.
thinking about it though this year.
Yeah. Nice. Well, and like I said, you've been identified as a great leader in the room. I know you've been really, really nice to my son, and he talks about you and Kaden Keller and Nathan Gronli as just like great individuals and helping motivate, and it's echoed by the coaches and everything like that. And so what got you, like, what's your favorite part of wrestling?
Probably the physical aspect of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Brawler.
Yeah.
Good.
Because it's like the one sport that you can get really hard and tough with. So,
Sure. Nice. All right.
And then what's your favorite move?
My favorite move is a duck under because I never really got used to shooting whenever I was younger and I'd like to bump up weight. So, yeah, I like the duck under.
That is slick. And a great one for, yet again, kind of the middle upper weight where you don't have to lay out for a shot.
Yeah.
That's a crowd pleaser too. You hear 'em. If you do it right, they go, ooh, boy, if you hear that, it makes you happy, it makes the coach happy, it makes everybody happy.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, so you're kind of in the home stretch of the middle school season, only 2.5, 3 weeks left. What are kind of some of your goals coming up here that you're looking to accomplish?
My goals are to actually get more comfortable shooting because I feel like that's probably more important for like my high school career, and mostly just keep winning matches.
Well, that's a good point you bring up on that shooting. You know, in the grade school, you get a lot of kids will shoot and they're always falling down, their heads down the mat, all that stuff. But at the junior high, that's where you're learning that technique. So if you pick that up at the junior high, you'll have a great high school season. You really will. It's very important at that junior high level.
Well, and pretty exciting. We're going to have you up for 9th grade team state this Saturday. Have you wrestled any 9th grade team before?
No.
No. Do you prefer an individual type of tournament, or do you like kind of a dual meet tournament with your team?
I like the dual meets because I get to watch how my team does.
Yeah.
So.
Get to have that bench camaraderie and
Yeah.
cheering together.
Yeah, like especially when people like if it's close and there's the heavyweight win, it's really fun when everyone's happy and cheering.
Yeah.
So
It's awesome.
And just remember, they might be in 9th grade, but they're still the same size you are.
yeah.
If you remember that, you'll do fine.
Well, if memory serves me, we're going to have you bump up a little bit. But yeah, so they'll only be a little bigger.
Okay.
But, yeah. No, that's awesome. And then we have the 9th grade individual qualifier a week from Saturday over in Jackson. And yet again, we'd love to have you there. So
Probably be there.
yeah. Yeah. Well, and you got to be in a high school practice today and want to see us some more. So that's awesome. Get you a little look and kind of getting used to the what's ahead for next year. So
Yes.
all right. Well, thank you, bud.
Yeah. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you yet again to Socorro Automotive Repair for sponsoring the Owatonna Wrestling Weekly podcast. Love to have those guys. If you're interested in sponsoring, you can feel free to reach out to the Owatonna Wrestling Association, specifically Brad Bushow. And Coach, I am so excited to have you here with me. Like for real, you know, I probably don't have a single memory from Owatonna Wrestling that didn't involve a Hovden.
Yeah.
Like you guys, even before I made it to middle school, you were the caravan that took all the kids to freestyle.
I had a picture of you. I just ran across because I was looking, and Josh brought it. I think maybe Josh brought it up at Christmas, and you were in your wrestling uniform, but you had your jogging pants on underneath. So you were about in kindergarten.
Okay. I was
Those
like,
days.
don't say I was in like 4th grade. That'd be embarrassing. Okay.
You were just young, and I was giving you your trophy from that day, and you placed first that day. I'm sure you did. And yeah, that's quite a picture. I came across that one. And Josh had his permed hair.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like he was in 4th or 5th grade. So
Oh my God.
yeah,
It scared me for a second. I was like, oh my God, how old was I?
you're little.
Okay.
You're little.
Okay. Well, great. Well, I look forward to having you on future episodes, and yeah, we'll keep recapping weekly scores, keeping the finger on the pulse, having wrestlers, coaches, you know, just a really great way for, and actually some alumni too, we plan on having on here. A really great way for everyone to stay connected to their favorite wrestling program.
I'm looking forward to Northfield on Thursday.
Yes.
That's the match I'm going to for sure. I won't miss that one.
Yep. Thursday, JV starts at 6 o'clock, varsity at 7 at Northfield High School. And yeah, ready to bring it. So
Let's do it.
awesome. Thank you much. Take care.